Hello and welcome back to Cape Corner, where we explore the history, story, and cultural impact of a different character or group every episode. I'm Blue.
And I'm Jay.
And we're doing another video game episode today. Hang on. Do you know who Dado Doya is?
I do not.
He's a Dragon Ball video game YouTuber. He plays a lot of Dragon Ball fighters. And there's this running joke ever since the announcement of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 that he just opens every single one of his videos with with the recent announcement of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, blah, 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 blah. So with the recent announcement of Mortal Kombat 1, we figured that we would do a Mortal Kombat episode. I'm probably gonna name this episode Kombatants with a K.
Okay.
Because that's I guess what you would call the group name. But yeah, we're talking about Mortal Kombat today. So I would like to ask you, what experience do you have with the Mortal Kombat franchise? Because you didn't grow up in the 90s like I did, so it wasn't all pervasive for you.
The only exposure I've ever had to it is occasionally I'll see a meme for it, and that the blue guy has ice powers, and that I know there's a movie, but I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Wow, so you really know fucking nothing about it.
Yeah, literally nothing.
Do you know what the selling point of it as a fighting game is compared to other fighting games?
It's very gory.
Yes.
And I know for back then, most games weren't like that.
Yes. One of the big fighting game rivalries, I guess, is Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. And you go to Mortal Kombat if you want just ridiculously brutal fights. And I wouldn't say Street Fighter is just more PG. It's you go to Street Fighter if you want more anime shenanigans. I guess I'd say that. Which also includes the horny, but don't worry, Mortal Kombat is also completely rife with the horny. Okay. Well, first I want you to know that Mortal Kombat is a cultural phenomenon. Coming out in the early 90s, it took the fighting game world by storm. Kids would absolutely clamor to the arcade cabinets. And when parents found out what their kids were playing, they got so angry that their kids were playing these heathenistic, gory fighters that the ESRB system was created in response to Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Yes. There was no official video game rating system prior to Mortal Kombat.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah. The games were huge. And teens love rebelling against their parents. So the more parents got angry about Mortal Kombat, the more the kids loved playing Mortal Kombat. And in 1995, there was a movie. And it was a mid-90s, low-budget New Line Cinema movie. So I wouldn't call it a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but I would call it really fucking fun to watch to this day. Sorry, I had to take a stomach call. And then they came out with a sequel, which is one of the worst movies of all time. It immediately recasted everybody but two characters. It's got some of the worst line deliveries of all time. Some of the worst CGI of all time. Oh, trust me, Mortal Kombat Annihilation is just bad. If you're ever looking for a giggle with a 10-second clip, look up Too Bad You Will Die.
All right.
The character Sindel gets revived from the dead, and Kitana comes up and she's like, "Mother, you're alive." And Sindel's like, "Too bad, you will die."
That's great.
It's one of the worst line reads ever. It's so good. Okay. So the lore of Mortal Kombat. This is the shit that's gonna get insane. Okay. There are multiple realms of existence. Earth exists in what we would call Earth Realm. I believe at the start of the franchise as we know it, there are 6. There is Earth Realm, Outworld, the Nether Realm, Edenia, and then 2 others that I can never fucking remember because they're really not that important to the story. I'm just putting it out there. They pop up once or twice in like the spin-off games, but they're not that important. So those are the main 4 you want to know about. Edenia is like a cool sort of like fantasy-esque place. Outworld is like some post-apocalyptic dystopian shit. Earthrealm is, it's Earth. And the Netherrealm is hell. It's pretty much just hell. So what happens in eons past is that these realms, once they were able to travel to each other and make contact, in ye olden days, what do? You try and conquer. So they were trying to conquer each other, and there was bloody wars, millions, billions of casualties. And so the elder gods that oversee the universe put a rule in place. There will be no more bloody wars, no more senseless slaughter. If you want to conquer with a K, because they replace all the C words with Ks in this franchise. It's just a thing they do.
Okay.
If you want to conquer another realm, you have to do it above board. You have to do it in Mortal Kombat. It's one of the best video game theme songs ever. Fight me. Fight me to the Mortal Kombat theme song. If somebody hasn't gathered my running joke, by the way, it's that I know I'm not a singer, and I sometimes actively go out of my way to make whatever song I'm singing sound bad. It's like, that's like the meta joke. I tried making that sound bad just now, but I couldn't. Like, I was like, I'm gonna do a nasally weird pitch for the B noise, and yet it still sounded like the song. I was like, shit. Or maybe I'll listen back to the recording and be like, oh no, that actually did sound bad. Who knows? Anyway, so they invented the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is a realm will choose a handful of its best fighters. It's a once in a generation type deal. So whatever this era of your realm is able to produce in terms of best warriors, that's who can be on your team. And there's not really like a strict limit to how many you could have. Theoretically, people could maybe enter an army, but they only ever really do like a handful of their top tier warriors. So I don't know. Maybe there are rules, but they never say them. So like whatever. And what happens is if you win the tournament, you do not automatically gain ownership of the other realm. Because what if your realm is just in a shitty generation? What if you're dealing with, I don't know, the boomer generation, which expects everything to be hand-fed to them and never puts in any effort, but swears up and down that they're the toughest of all the generations? Yeah, wouldn't it suck to have your entire livelihood subjugated for eternity because those were the guys that lost the tournament? So because the absorption of a realm is a big cosmic deal, the requirements are very high. You have to win 10 Mortal Kombat tournaments in a row.
Jesus.
This is like a 1,000-year ordeal of proving that you are superior to this other realm. Only
Oh
then,
my God.
only then do the elder gods sanction you absorbing them.
I mean, that's fair, honestly.
Yeah, it makes sense. Again, you're consolidating part of the universe, so it's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
So in Mortal Kombat 1, at the start of the game, this is the stakes. Earthrealm has lost to Outworld 9 times in a row. This is the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament. And if Earthrealm loses this one, then they will forever be subjugated by Outworld and its emperor, Shao Kahn. The voice that you hear in the games that's like, fight, fatality, all that is Shao Kahn speaking. And he is a real bastard, man. Let me show you what Shao Kahn looks like. Bear in mind, they look different in every single fucking game. So I'm not sending you 11 images. I'm just sending you like the first image that pops up. But it still gives you a feel for like what their general look and aesthetic is like.
Damn, all right.
Yeah.
Well, kind of gives me like Shredder vibes.
If Shredder, instead of using hand claws, used a giant fuck you hammer, then yes. Like a big mallet is basically what he uses. So Raiden, the god of lightning and the protector of Earthrealm, he is the one charged with assembling a team to combat to combat Outworld's forces. Here's Raiden.
Oh, okay.
I also want to point out that the first Mortal Kombat game started with 7 asterisk characters, and the theme song lists them. It's Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Sonya. Though there was a secret 8th fighter, Reptile. He's a green ninja because back in the arcade cabinet days, their space for the game was very limited. And this was one of the first games that was using like still pictures of live action people that were like used frame by frame to simulate motion. And that took up a lot of the game's programming space. And so they had enough space for 6 characters, but they wanted a 7th. So they took, I can't remember if it was Sub-Zero or Scorpion first, but they took whoever they had made and then just palette swapped them. So now they had a blue ninja and a yellow ninja.
Oh, okay.
I think they had Scorpion first and they palette swapped him to make Sub-Zero, and they just took away his get over here move and replaced the fireball with an ice ball, basically. And they were like, new character. And then they were like, now we'll make a secret character, Reptile, who they replace the ice ball with a poison ball and they make him green. And if you knew about Reptile, like if you were at the arcade cabinet in the early 90s and you were like, bet you guys didn't know about this, and you managed to unlock Reptile, you would be the coolest fucking kid. Because secret characters weren't a thing in video games back then. That's one of the first instances of a secret character in a game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Before
that's
that,
neat,
what you saw is what you got.
really
Okay,
out here
so
certain trends.
yeah, I'm telling you, Mortal Kombat was foundational for video games as we know it today.
That's
There's a
amazing.
reason it has such a devoted fan base and why it's still going strong today.
Mm.
It hit a lull period in the PS2 era. The games that they were making weren't well received, weren't played a whole lot. There wasn't a lot of buzz or groundswell going on back then. But then around the PS3 is when their big resurgence happened. So, okay, Raiden. He is tasked to gather combatants. So, his first stop is the Shaolin Temple, where he gets Liu Kang, who is kind of like the protagonist of Mortal Kombat. He is definitely the protagonist of the movie. Here's what Liu Kang looks like. He is based quite a lot on Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I can heavily see that.
So, now I'll talk about another person Raiden. There's not much to say about Liu Kang. He's a good guy. He's a warrior of light. He shoots a fireball, and he does the bicycle kick, which is one of the most ridiculous fighting game moves. I love it. He literally like jumps at you, leans back, so it's like feet first, and then he starts wheeling his legs in place like he's riding a bicycle, and he's kicking you, and the momentum keeps going forward much farther than physics should allow.
Okay.
He gives you like a dozen of those kicks before he like hops back and lands on the ground again.
Mm.
It's so stupid. I love it. So, fun fact about Mortal Kombat, it was originally going to be a Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting game.
Really?
Yeah, but Jean-Claude Van Damme thought he was too good and too serious of an actor for video games. So they said, okay, well, we're just going to steal your likeness then. This is Johnny Cage.
Okay.
Johnny Cage is a Hollywood actor who is also a good martial artist. And he is one of the combatants that gets recruited as well. Because Raiden senses a hidden power deep within him that he hasn't really tapped into yet. Johnny Cage is a dick, and he's one of the best characters in the series. Because where Liu Kang is a good guy, he's also incredibly milquetoast. Johnny is the spice that we need in the series. He's where a lot of the funny comes from, a lot of the personality. They would also recruit a member of the Special Forces. I'm not going to send you pictures of all these people. It's going to take too much time, but you can look them up if you're interested. Sonya Blade is a member of the Special Forces. She is the first Mortal Kombat girl. She's, you know, your standard military brat type character. Wait, I'm sorry. I just saw a thing. Apparently, Mortal Kombat 1 will feature Jean-Claude Van Damme as Johnny Cage. What the fuck?
Damn.
Okay, I guess that's getting brought full circle. Well, anyway, if that is to be believed, well, it says it from Polygon. They're usually pretty reputable. All right. Well, anyway, sorry, distraction. So Raiden's got Liu Kang, he's got Sonya, he's got Johnny. They're like the main ones. Sonya also has a beef with a criminal, the head of the Black Dragon clan, Kano. Kano is a weapons smuggler, he's a drug dealer, he's a murderer, and he's got a cybernetic right eye, a cyborg implant that shoots a laser. And Kano murdered her partner. So she wants revenge on him. Kano, I believe, gets hired by Outworld to fight on their behalf. So he does not fight as a member of Earthrealm. I think Sub-Zero, the blue ninja, the ice guy, is fighting on the side of Earthrealm, and Scorpion is fighting on the side of Outworld. Because Outworld often allies with the Netherrealm. And the Netherrealm has a sorcerer named Quan Chi. Quan Chi is basically the ruler of the Netherrealm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where we get into the story about Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Sub-Zero is a man named Bihan. And Scorpion is named Hanzo Hizashi. So Bihan is part of the Lin Kuei ninja clan, and Scorpion is part of the Shirai Ryu. Scorpion believes that the Shirai Ryu, his clan, and his family were all slaughtered by the Lin Kuei, led by Bihan. So he got killed. He was so angry and vengeful, his spirit went to the Netherrealm, and there Quan Chi promised him a chance at revenge. He turned him into a specter. So now he is a skull-faced man, but like he has his face and his mask still, but he can literally rip his face off, and he's got a skull head that breathes fire.
Damn.
Yeah, so he has control over fire now because of the powers of the Netherrealm. Sorry. And he wants revenge on Sub-Zero. Now, Sub-Zero didn't actually kill his family. Quan Chi did, but he was shape-shifted to look like Sub-Zero when he did it. So Quan Chi manipulated this to get a perfect, powerful, loyal warrior.
Okay.
And Sub-Zero could very easily be like, hold on, I didn't kill your family. What are you talking about? Do you think maybe you're getting played? But there's a lot of pride. There's beef between the Lin Kuei and the Shirai Ryu. So when he sees this dude rolling up to fight him, he doesn't want to try talking it out. He just wants to kick his ass and prove that he's better. And because he's prideful, he winds up getting murdered by this superpowered being. So Bihan winds up dying. And guess what? His soul also goes to the Netherrealm. And Quan Chi imbues him with shadow powers, and he becomes Noob Saibot. Now you might go, Noob, funny name. The actual term noob in like the video game community hadn't been coined yet. This predates that. And the reason his name is Noob Saibot is because it's Boone and Tobias spelled backwards. And those are the two guys that made Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So they were referencing their own names. So Sub-Zero, or Bihan's younger brother, Huai Lang, he had been going by the codename Tundra, but now that his brother was dead, he became the new Sub-Zero. So from Mortal Kombat 2 onwards, Sub-Zero is a different guy than he was in Mortal Kombat 1.
Do they acknowledge that later in the series? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can have Sub-Zero fighting Noob Saibot. And as the games go on, like once they get past the arcade cabinet era, they actually start doing like story cutscenes and whatnot, and you don't just have to gather the story from either watching the movie or reading the manual or the side of the arcade cabinet or whatever. So they do wind up acknowledging that story beat in later games. So the Mortal Kombat tournament is being fought, and eventually the last man standing in the roster is Liu Kang. And Liu Kang has to fight against Shang Tsung. I haven't even mentioned him yet, have I? Fuck. Okay, Shang Tsung is the Outworld's sorcerer. He is an immortal being, an old-ass man who whenever he beats somebody, when he goes to kill them, he steals their soul and absorbs it into himself. And whatever fighting abilities they had, he gains. So he is trained in like 1,000 different styles of fighting. Everything from samurai to gladiator to ninjutsu to whatever. Because every time he kills a warrior with a fighting style that he does not already possess, he gets their fighting style added to his repertoire. So he's a major threat. And Liu Kang has to fight him. It's a big old pow, pow, kapow. But eventually, Liu Kang wins. He wins the first Mortal Kombat tournament, or the first one that we see. And he breaks the chain, and now Earthrealm is safe from Outworld for at least another 1,000 years.
Yay.
It's a great day, and it's a happily ever after. Nothing bad will ever happen again. So in Mortal Kombat 2, Outworld is like, hey, Earthrealm, guys, compadres, how's it going? That was fun, right? How we almost subjugated you for eternity. Hey, listen, we got a cool idea. You know, the Mortal Kombat tournaments are pretty fun, right? But they're, if you ask me, they're getting a little stale, right? So how about we spice things up a little bit? How about we do another tournament, dude? How about we do a big old tournament? And this time, if we win, you could agree that we don't have to beat you 10 times in a row. If we win, we just own you. But I know you might go, but Outworld, why would we want to do that? Well, I'll tell you why, buddy boy. Because if you win, we will never bother you again. Pinky promise. And they say yes. They agree to that.
Oh my God.
Why would they do that? So Shang Tsung gets bestowed his youth once again by Shao Kahn, who's like, all right, you fucked it up last time. You fucked this up again. I will murder you. I'm giving you some more power. Don't screw this up, dude. I want that realm. So they wind up adding new fighters. Let me actually look at the Mortal Kombat roster. List of Mortal Kombat characters. Oh shit, I forgot to mention. Okay, Goro was also in the first Mortal Kombat game. You know Forearms from Ben 10?
Yeah.
He seems to be heavily inspired by Goro. In fact, I think in Ben 10 Alien Force, the ponytail and the weird harness outfit that Forearms starts wearing is pretty much what Goro looks like. Just not red. But yeah, so Goro is a big four-armed guy. He is a Shokan, not to be confused with Shao Kahn. A Shokan is a race from Outworld, and he is the Shokan Prince. And there's two different clans of Shokan. There's the Dragon Clan and the Tiger Clan. He's part of the Dragon Clan, which basically just means his skin is slightly scalier than you might expect. And he's got a couple like spikes coming out of him in certain areas. The Tiger Clan straight up looks like buff ass, bald ass, four-armed humanoid tiger men. And there is one named Kintaro, but he won't appear for a while. So Liu Kang actually had to fight Goro and beat him before he fought Shang Tsung. That's the only thing I missed.
Okay.
Okay. And I should also say Goro is the reason that Outworld won 9 tournaments in a row, because he was their ace fighter. So beating him was a big deal. So in Mortal Kombat 2, they're doing that other tournament that I mentioned. They added in Baraka, who is Tarkatan. He's the Tarkatan general. So Tarkatans are dudes with big, scary, spiky mouths, and they can make arm blades come out of their wrists. You know how the Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine had those stupid big katanas coming out of his wrists?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh God.
But except much more serrated, jagged blades and much more threatening and not dumb looking. Jade, she is the green girl ninja. I should say that there's a few different, there's a few different palette swap archetypes. There's the ninjas, there's the girl ninjas, and there's the robots. Yeah, Jade is the green girl ninja. Her thing is making like Green Lantern style energy weapons, usually in the form of a staff or whatever. And I adore her. She is my Mortal Kombat waifu. What?
Nothing. I just wasn't expecting that. That's all.
Oh, okay. Jax, who he's also a member of the Special Forces. He is Sonya's new partner, and Jax gets his arms destroyed and replaced with giant, muscly robot arms. Not like biotech, like they're just metal, but they're specifically sculpted to look muscular.
Damn.
Yeah. So the way he loses his arms is different in different continuities. In Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that terrible 1997 movie, he literally just has like armor put on top of his arms willingly, and he can just take it off, and it's fucking dumb. That movie sucks. I don't know how it happens in the original continuity. I know in the reboot, which we'll get to later, Ermac is a telekinetic ninja that explodes his arms. And in the new movie, Jax is fighting Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero freezes both of his arms and shatters them off. Regardless, he always loses his fucking arms, and he gets them replaced with big robot arms. This is also the game where Kintaro appears, that tiger Shokan I mentioned.
Yeah.
His thing is that he can breathe fire, which Goro cannot do. We get Katana. Okay, so Jade is her retainer. She's like her assistant, right? Katana is the blue girl ninja of the series, and she was the princess of Edenia, one of the other realms I mentioned. Edenia got conquered by Outworld, and the Edenian king, her father, was murdered by Shao Kahn. And Shao Kahn not only murdered him and conquered his realm, but then he took his wife as his own and adopted his daughter.
Damn.
So Sindel, the queen of Edenia, was now the empress of Outworld, and Katana became the princess of Outworld. But she fucking hates Shao Kahn. She wants revenge for her dad. So even though she's technically part of Outworld's team, she acts like a double agent and tries to help Earthrealm beat them. And as a result, Jade also pretty much helps them because, you know, she's sort of just a ride or die for Katana originally. And while I'm talking about Katana, we got like a minute and a half left before our force break. But Melina. So Melina is a clone of Katana. She is the pink girl ninja, but they couldn't properly clone her. There were missing DNA sequences. So they filled in those DNA sequences with Tarkatan DNA. So they're the girl ninjas. They wear masks. If Katana takes off her mask, she looks like a normal lady. When Melina takes hers off, she's got this big, scary, toothy smile that goes like from ear to ear. So she looks way more monstrous.
I think I remember seeing something, her actually.
Google Melina, because we got less than a minute, so that'll be a good way to fill in the time. It's Mileena.
Oh yeah, I have seen her.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite. All the
God
monster
damn.
fuckers love her. Can
She
you
can have
guess
my
who?
number.
Are you also a monster fucker?
No.
Okay,
I'd make an exception for her though.
I gotcha. I'm just saying Jade is right there, and she doesn't have scary teeth. All right, I'll continue talking about these guys in a minute when we come back. I'm not going to talk about every character.
Howdy.
Okay, I was just saying I'm not going to talk about every character in the series. By the way, there's like a fucking over 100 of them. I'm only spending time on all of the MK2 ones because they're still part of like the iconic roster. Okay.
Okay.
So Noob Saibot, who I mentioned before, he appears in this game. Shao Kahn is first playable in this game. And the last one introduced in Mortal Kombat 2 is Smoke, who he's a green ninja, who his power is smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like it might be dumb until you realize that if he gets one of his fatalities is he puts both his hands on you and he smoke cooks you from the inside out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Yeah. The fatalities in this game are insane. Like they get creative with how you can kill people. All right. So with the story of Mortal Kombat 2 basically culminates in exactly the same fucking thing. Liu Kang is the last man standing. He beats Shang Tsung again. But now Shao Kahn steps out to fight him, and it's a much harder fight, but Liu Kang barely manages to clutch a win. And now the Outworld is no longer able to legally challenge them to Mortal Kombat ever. So in Mortal Kombat 3, they go, fuck this, we're just going to invade them. So the Elder Gods said, seriously, guys, you can't do that. You better fight Mortal Kombat. We'll get upset. But the Elder Gods are that kind of boss that is constantly talking about how they'll take disciplinary action, but they're never really paying attention. And so you can just constantly get away with whatever. Because they don't really do anything. In fact, Shao Kahn famously calls them toothless dragons.
That's great.
Yeah, it's such a great turn of phrase. But bearing that in mind, before Sindel died, because by the way, she died. She, knowing that Shao Kahn is a shit, with her dying breath, put up a sort of realm force field between Outworld and Earthrealm. And they cannot send a full invasion force in until that force field is gone. So, working with both Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, Shao Kahn gets them to resurrect Sindel from the dead. And while they're at it, brainwash her so that she's actually evil like Shao Kahn. And with her being revived from the dead, her spell ends, her force field thing goes away. And so they just invade the Earth. This is also where they start to bring in the robot characters. The story beat here is that the Lin Kuei, Sub-Zero's ninja clan, has started doing what they call the Cyber Initiative, where willingly or not, they are turning a bunch of their own ninjas into robots. They're
Damn.
replacing all their body parts with mechanical parts, and turning them into robots. So we get characters like Cyrax, who is the yellow robot. We get Ermac, who is the red ninja. He is a legion of like 1,000 souls. And apparently that makes him telekinetic. Cabal, he's really cool. He's like a burn victim wearing a gas mask, and he's got 2 hook swords, and he is super fast. His most annoying move is that he runs back and forth across the screen, and he runs past the opponent, and they start spinning in place, and it's like a stun move.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
It is. He is very fun to play. Yeah, a lot of these Mortal Kombat 3 characters are not like notable. Like nobody gives a shit about Chameleon, or Chameleon. There's 2 chameleons, but one's a girl, and the girl one's spelled with a K. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, Motaro, he's a big centaur guy. What do I have to say about him? That he's a big centaur guy. That's about it. Rain, he's gotten some play in more recent games. He's the purple ninja. He's got water manipulation. He's fine. I think he was like royalty in Adenia. But as far as I'm aware, he's not like actually related to Katana or anything. Or no, he was royalty in some other realm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he becomes more important later on when these characters Taven and Dagon appear, but I don't really know a whole lot about that. But Night Wolf, he's a Native American dude, and as a result, he gets the power of animal spirits. You know, racism aside, they really do their best to make him one of the coolest fucking guys in the series as like an apology.
It seems like I forgot about that. Like a lot of the older media has low-key racism like that.
It does, because that was all anybody knew about Native Americans was that, oh yeah, they're like trackers and they like commune with animal spirits or some shit, right?
Mm.
But bear in mind that while that is an extremely generic stereotype about an entire people that is really a bunch of different cultures, at the same time, it's a step up from what the prior Hollywood industry representation of Native Americans was, which was they're crazy people that just get shot in Westerns and don't think about it.
Yeah, that representation was absolutely horrendous.
Yes. They were really just not characters. They were not people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like anytime they do use Nightwolf in modern iterations, they go out of their way to make him one of the coolest fucking guys. And I think that actually is an apology for the low-key racist origin of the character. They're like, no, we don't actually want to like be assholes to Native American people. So look, since we've already made the character, we can't really like change too much of that. But we can make him one of the strongest fucking guys in the series. How about that?
At least they're trying.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Unlike a lot of other companies that just don't.
Yeah. Sector is the red robot. He's really fucking annoying because he shoots missiles. I fucking hate him. He's also an asshole. He's like one of the few people that is like not only willing to join the cyber initiative, he forcefully kidnaps the other Lin Kuei members. Like Cyrax got forcibly turned into a robot.
Mm.
We see Shiva, who she's the first female Shokan. Sindel obviously appears in this. She is a banshee. She has a sonic scream attack, and she's got super long hair that she can manipulate at will, and she'll wrap you up in it, and just bash you around like she's the Hulk and you're Loki. She is a dangerous motherfucker. Oh yeah, and Mortal Kombat 3 also introduces Stryker. Stryker is a cop.
Oh God.
And I recently watched Maximilian Plays do a tier list on characters that he wants to see return in the next Mortal Kombat game. And he got to Stryker. He was like, you know what? I want to put this Stryker in, like, we don't need him, get rid of him. But I'll tell you what, he can come back is if you just go full ridiculous, go full commentary with it, make him the biggest bastard, make him an asshole, go ACAB with him, and then he can come back.
I support that. That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, and they're the kind of guys that totally would do that. They're not shy about making commentary. Okay, so that Mortal Kombat 3, how does it actually end? See, now's the part where I'm going to go from looking at the page of the roster, because that's pretty much all the iconic characters that people are going to think of. And now I'm going to go to like the actual plot stuff.
All right.
Let me see. Weary of continuous tournament losses, Shao Kahn enacts a 10,000-year-old plan. Shadow Priest, led by Shang Tsung, revived Queen Sindel. Yep. Oh yeah, she would be revived not in Outworld, but in Earthrealm, and that would allow Shao Kahn to cross the boundary lines to reclaim his queen. And when he reaches across dimensions to reclaim her, as a result, Earthrealm gradually becomes part of Outworld, stripping billions of their souls. So yes, he starts forcibly merging the realms like that. Raiden famously says he cannot interfere due to his status as a god. I should say he's not an elder god. There is a distinction. There's a hierarchy there.
Okay.
But because of his status, he has no power in Outworld. He is just the Earthrealm god. And Earthrealm is partly merged with Outworld. So as a result, he can't help. Sorry, I'm looking at the subplots. Yeah, so Liu Kang is being hunted by Shao Kahn's extermination squads. Oh, I didn't mention Kung Lao, did I?
No, you didn't.
I must have accidentally skipped him. Okay, Kung Lao is Liu Kang's best friend. He is another Shaolin monk, and he is a descendant of the great Kung Lao, who was a Mortal Kombat champion and Earthrealm's ace fighter back in the day.
Oh, okay.
So Kung Lao has a lot to live up to. His thing is that he's got one of those sun hats, like what Raiden wears, but his has a blade all around the edge of it. So he uses his hat as a saw blade.
I love that, actually.
It's so cool. Dude, in the new movie, he's fighting Nitara, who is like this big winged lady, and he like jumps on her back, and he does a fatality straight from the games where he's like riding her down to the ground. He takes his hat off, throws it at the ground. It hits the ground and is spinning in place. So it's just a saw blade in the ground. And he slams her into the ground, and she slides and gets slowly cut in half by his saw blade hat while he's on top of her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, soulless machines. Jax discovers both Sonya and Kano. But, Johnny Cage was apparently hunted down and killed. I don't remember that because I'm pretty sure he's alive in later things, but whatever. Well, okay, it's not actually saying how the game ends. But I'm pretty sure they just repel the invasion. Not really that big of a deal. But except for the fact that like hundreds of thousands of people died, but whatever. So there is a side game, Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. We're not going to talk about that because it's a weird game that doesn't really have a bearing on the main plot. It's a prequel thing. It talks about Bihan. Apparently, he used to be like a hero or some shit. Whatever, who cares? Mortal Kombat 4. I don't even know what the plot is of this. Oh, thousands of years before the setting of the first game, Shinnok, one of the Elder Gods who controls one of the 6 realms, he controls the Nether Realm. Okay. He used to be an Elder God, and he got banished by the other Elder Gods because he was real fucking evil. Raiden managed to defeat him a long time ago. But now Shinnok has escaped from the Nether Realm with the help of Quan Chi, seeks vengeance against the Elder Gods. There is a traitor in Edenia named Tanya. He works with her. He goes after Edenia. And Raiden requests the help of the Earthrealm warriors to stop Shinnok's menace. And that's pretty much what Mortal Kombat 4 is. This is where we get into the PS2 era, where they're not as good.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 5, Deadly Alliance. Deadly Alliance. Well, the titular Deadly Alliance is that Shang Tsung and Quan Chi decide to work together. I think this is the game where Onaga appears, or no, it's not. Okay. Honestly, I can't really remember what happens in this one. This is where he reveals that Quan Chi is the murderer of Scorpion's family. Quan Chi was able to escape the Netherrealm using the amulet he's stolen from Shinnok. Look, a lot of this stuff really doesn't matter too much. The main takeaways you need to know from Mortal Kombat 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, which are Mortal Kombat's 4 through 7, is this. Liu Kang gets fucking murdered. He gets raised as a zombie. So he is zombie Liu Kang for a few games. Through all of their shit, they wind up enacting a prophecy about Armageddon, which is this. There's a giant temple that just appears in the middle of nowhere, and atop it is a fire elemental warrior named Blaze. And if you manage to get to the top of the temple and you manage to beat Blaze, you get power over Armageddon to either enact it or stop it. And it culminates in a giant war and a race to the top, with all the combatants slaughtering each other for a chance to fight and beat Blaze. And you might expect that it ends like every other Mortal Kombat game ends, with one of the good guys getting the thing and doing the thing and winning and saving the day. It does not end that way. Shao Kahn gets to the top, and he beats Blaze, and he gains power over Armageddon. And the game just ends.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. And if there were any diehard Mortal Kombat fans sticking around for that, at that point they would want to know, well, what the fuck happens? So, of course, the next game, Mortal Kombat 8, is non-canonical and is Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Damn.
Imagine getting so fucking cock-blocked when you see that the next game has Scorpion versus Batman on the cover.
That's insane.
It is. I would have been so fucking mad if I was a Mortal Kombat fan at the time. Um, yeah, so all you need to know about the plot of that is that Darkseid and Shao Kahn like team up and they fuse into Dark Khan. It's basically like what DC did with Marvel and made the Amalgam universe, except that it's only one guy that fuses instead of but actually Marvel versus Capcom did the same thing.
Yep.
Huh. Marvel and DC, they just don't want to do Amalgam again, but they'll amalgamate their villains with other people. That never really occurred to me. That's funny. But yeah, long story short, DC Universe and Mortal Kombat universe temporarily merge, and so every map you get is a fusion of a DC location with a Mortal Kombat location. It's pretty cool. Actually, in Mortal Kombat 3, technically the maps that you're fighting in there are fusions of Earthrealm and Outworld locations, so that's also neat. It doesn't matter. It's non-canonical. The good guys win, and they trap Darkseid in the Mortal Kombat universe and Shao Kahn in the DC universe, where they can both be indefinitely restrained because, you know, they're used to breaking out of their own universe's shit. So now they're being held captive by other people. And that's the thing, whatever. Now we enter the PS3 era where it starts to get really good. This is the Mortal Kombat Resurgence, Mortal Kombat from 2011. It is also referred to as Mortal Kombat 9 because it is the 9th game. It is a soft reboot of the franchise. It opens up with Armageddon-empowered Shao Kahn beating the dog shit out of Raiden on top of the temple. I say temple, it's like a ziggurat.
Okay.
And he's just like gloating as he beats the absolute piss out of Raiden. He's like, yep, this is Armageddon. I'm about to fucking destroy your realm because, god damn it, if I can't conquer it, I'm going to kill it. And so Raiden has his little god amulet. And he uses it. It shatters during the fight. And he gathers up the pieces and all the remaining power he has. And he sends a message back in time to himself through the amulet. So it creates a new timeline. And this game does Mortal Kombat's 1 through 3's story again. But now Raiden is trying to change the events. Because his amulet starts cracking. And the more it cracks, the more that's representative of it being shattered and then repeating the events of Armageddon again. So he's trying to change things in a way using memories of the original timeline that the cracks stop and the amulet becomes whole again. But every time he tries, it just cracks more. Like initially, he like for the Mortal Kombat 1 section, they just basically do the exact same stuff. Oh no, he tries to get Scorpion to not murder Sub-Zero because he remembers that he winds up turning into Noob Saibot. And he tries to avoid that. And he almost manages to talk Scorpion down. Like Scorpion starts to calm down and stop. But Quan Chi casts an illusion to make him re-see the events of his family being slaughtered. And he sparks Scorpion's rage, and Scorpion still kills Sub-Zero. The original one. So that didn't work. Liu Kang winds up having to beat Shang Tsung again, so the events of Mortal Kombat 1 just happen again. So for Mortal Kombat 2, Oh, I should say the last thing that future Raiden said was he must win, because you gotta love keeping things as vague as possible when you're trying to alter the timeline.
Yeah.
So at first he was thinking, oh yeah, Liu Kang must win because he's the one that originally won. But oops, that means you're just doing the same thing as before. So he's like, okay, maybe he's saying someone else must win. So when they get to the final fight for Mortal Kombat 2, he's like, Liu Kang, excuse me, I don't want you to fight Shao Kahn because you beat him in the original timeline. We need to do something different. Kung Lao, you're a pretty cool guy. You've got a lot to live up to with your ancestor. So maybe you must win. Oh yeah, well, this isn't actually the Shao Kahn fight. It's the fight against Shang Tsung. Kung Lao does manage to beat Shang Tsung. And it's cool. And he's cheering and he's happy and everyone's happy. And then Shao Kahn just steps up behind him and breaks his neck.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Kung Lao's just fucking dead. And in a rage, Liu Kang attacks him. And he fights him and he manages to beat Shao Kahn. And so it winds up being pretty much the exact same end of Mortal Kombat 2 again. And the amulet cracks further. And at this point, Raiden's freaking out because he's trying to avoid the apocalypse. And then the invasion of Earth happens again. And this time, he is given knowledge of what's really going on to all the combatants. They get a big round table thing going on. And Raiden's like, okay, here's what's going to happen. Liu Kang and I are going to go to the center of the universe. We're going to try to appeal to the Elder Gods directly. Nightwolf, you're in charge while I'm gone. He's like, okay. The second that Raiden and Liu Kang leave, Sindel shows up. And she murders fucking everybody except for Sonya and Johnny, who she's got like half dead.
Jesus.
So just like a dozen Earthrealm fighters are fucking dead now, including Nightwolf. And oh, and Katana as well. She's also dead. Because she's like on their team at this point. So Raiden and Liu Kang come back. They're devastated, and Liu Kang gets pissed off at Raiden. He's like, "This is your fault. You fucking left them alone, and you know because you're going crazy. Maybe all of this future shit is in your head. You just led us all to our deaths." And Johnny and Sonya are still on Raiden's side, and they're like, "What are we gonna do?" And Raiden has an epiphany. Oh my God, he must win. I get it now. Shao Kahn has to win in this game. And they're like, what? He's like, yeah, because if he wins, he forcibly merges both the realms. The realms are only in the process of merging. He technically hasn't done anything substantial to the cosmos yet. But if he wins and Earthrealm and Outworld become completely merged, then he'll have subverted Mortal Kombat, and the Elder Gods will have to take action. And Liu Kang's like, you're a fucking idiot. They haven't done anything all this time. You think that's going to make them move? And so they wind up getting into a fight. Because Shao Kahn starts to come through a portal. And Liu Kang's like, I'm going to stop him. And Raiden's like, no, you have to let him through. That's the only way this is going to work. And so Liu Kang starts fighting Raiden. And in self-defense, Raiden electrocutes Liu Kang, setting off his fire powers and accidentally burns him alive.
Wow.
And so Liu Kang winds up dying again. So Shao Kahn comes through and starts beating the dog piss out of Raiden again. Except this time he's doing it above like New York City instead of above a ziggurat in the middle of nowhere. And he winds up reenacting the voice lines, and we get to see this cool cutscene where every time Raiden's getting hit, it's flashing between this instance and the instance from the end of Armageddon. With Shao Kahn saying basically the same lines, like, the elder gods masquerade as dragons, but they are mere toothless worms. That's what it was, toothless worms. Which is even better. So Raiden's like, elder gods, why? Why are you not doing anything? But then suddenly, like, the heavens part, golden light comes out, and you see like a bunch of tiny little golden dragons, and they like surround Raiden and empower him, and he gets fully healed. His amulet gets restored to one piece, and he gets temporarily empowered as an elder god. So the final fight is Raiden versus Shao Kahn, and I'm going to tell you this: it does not fucking matter what difficulty you set this game to, because Raiden versus Shao Kahn at the end of Mortal Kombat 9 is one of the most unfair and difficult fights in a video game I have ever played in my life.
That bad?
It's so fucking stupid how difficult it is. I hate it. I hate it. But I beat it. After like 50 fucking tries, I beat it. Christ on a stick, dude. It sucks. But Raiden does apparently win, according to the game's story, even though the mechanics say otherwise. He wins, and those little golden dragons come out, and they all bite the shit out of Shao Kahn, and he explodes, and his helmet falls on the ground, and Shao Kahn is dead.
Damn.
He is gone. He will not come back without some serious shenanigans. So Mortal Kombat 9 ends. Oh yeah, I forgot. So before Raiden tried to appeal, or tried to do that thing of letting Shao Kahn through, like immediately after Liu Kang and Raiden came back, and before he did the, oh, he must win means Shao Kahn deal, he actually went to the Netherrealm to bargain with Quan Chi. He tried to bargain, getting the Netherrealm to side with Earthrealm. And Quan Chi was like, interesting thought. What would I get out of this deal? And Raiden's like, for every one of our Earthrealm soldiers that dies in the coming battle, I will let you have claim to their souls. And Quan Chi's like, ooh, God of Thunder, that's pretty fucked up. Offering the eternal souls of people from your realm to me just so you can win? Dark. And it should be noted there is a dark Raiden, like somewhere along the line in the PS2 games, his blue lightning turned red. I never think to mention Raiden as an inspiration for my Amplitude character. But that's pretty clear now that I've said it out loud. But yeah, his blue lightning turned red, and he became much darker, much more grimdark. But yeah, he's like, that's pretty fucking dark, Raiden. Unfortunately, that means fucking nothing to me. And he's like, what? Why? He's like, because I already got your souls, bitches. And he gestures behind him, and there's a bunch of zombie versions of all the Earthrealm warriors that died.
Oh my God.
He's like, what? You think I needed your permission? Dude, I've already been making revenants out of every one of those people that got murdered by Sindel. And so, Mortal Kombat can have up to like 2v2 fights in that game, I believe. And Raiden has to 1v2 3 times in a row. I think while retaining health damage. Because he fights like 6 of the Earthrealm warriors. It's like dead Jax and dead Kitana and dead Nightwolf and yada yada yada, shit like that. And it's only after fighting through that that he has his epiphany. So we see at the end, like, it's basically just Raiden, Sonya, and Johnny. They're the only ones left. But Shao Kahn is dead. Earthrealm is now safe because it gets separated from Outworld again. And they're like, well, what are we going to do now? It's a new timeline. And then we cut to the Netherrealm, and Quan Chi is like, yep, got me an army. Here's zombie Liu Kang again. And oh yeah, I work for Shinnok, so Shinnok's back, baby. Which leads into Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10. So are you good to do one more segment of this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, because I can spend a segment talking about the plot of 10 and 11. Basically, everything up until now has been me talking about the original timeline, the original 8 games, explaining a bunch of the characters, talking about the reboot, which sort of redid Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, but then initiated a proper new timeline. And then 10 and 11 take that new timeline thing and run with it. So I can talk for a lot more because this is where the games become much more plot heavy.
Okay.
We got 4.5 minutes before the new segment. So do you have any questions? Is there anything that you're interested in knowing more about? Like maybe something I've only briefly touched on, but you want to hear more about?
No, you've gone pretty in depth about everything I was curious about.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess I'll talk about some of the mechanics. You know about fatalities, but do you
Yes.
know about babalities
No.
or animalities?
No.
Okay, so babalities is literally if you input a certain combo string in some games, instead of gruesomely murdering your opponent, you turn them into a fucking baby.
Oh my God.
And they've all got funny baby things. Like, I think if you turn Shao Kahn into a baby, he can't lift his hammer and he starts crying about it. I think baby Kung Lao, he goes to throw his hat like a boomerang, but it comes back and it bonks him in the head, knocks him down, and he starts crying. I think baby Sub-Zero wets himself, and the piss at the bottom of his feet turns into a frozen puddle, and he slips and he falls down.
That's great.
Animality is where you turn into some kind of animal and maul your opponent to death. That terrible movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, it kind of a theme was centered around animalities. And of course, they got Nightwolf to talk about it in that one. Again, talking about the animal spirits and whatnot with the Native American guy. But yeah, because Liu Kang had to go on a vision quest in that movie. Yeah, that's another thing from the 90s interpretation of Native Americans was vision quests. That was super big. Yeah, he's like, you have to unleash your animality. And remember when I was like, the movie has terrible CGI? First of all, Shao Kahn in that movie looks like a big, oiled up wrestler baby man. He looks dumb. His animality that he goes to use against Liu Kang once Liu Kang is beating him, he turns into a gross Hydra. And Liu Kang turns into a really doofy looking, top heavy dragon. Liu Kang, animality, annihilation. Let me see if I can. Oh god, it looks so fucking bad, dude. This is an actual still from an actual movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's horrendous.
That's Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn hasn't turned into the Hydra yet. Um, I want you to look at the scene in motion to see just how bad it is. How much time we got left? Less than a minute. Okay. Watch this, and we'll come back and we'll get your reaction to it.
Right.
We're back. And I'm just going to sort of dawdle and let the time run out until then.
This animation is absolutely horrendous.
The fucking transition of Shao Kahn transforming into his animality looked so fucking stupid. He had a giant ass forehead.
Yeah. This is horrible.
Oh god. Oh god, the top comment of this video is, wow, these are some pretty impressive special effects for a fan film. This movie had a budget of over $30 million.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Bear in mind, $30 million in 1997 money. So,
Yeah.
oh boy. Okay.
God, I would never want that movie linked to my name if I ever made movies.
Yeah. All right. But yes, that movie is the worst thing that Mortal Kombat has made. Do not worry. That is not representative of the quality of the series. In fact, if you want to see something that's representative of the quality of the series, now that we're talking about Mortal Kombat 10, as one last thing I want to link you to, I want to show you the Mortal Kombat 10 trailer, which is one of the coolest video game trailers, in my opinion. I fucking love it. Here it is.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, because the selling point of this game was that you can now start using the environment to damage your opponent. So they represented that in the trailer here.
Right off the bat, the special effects are better.
Yeah, looks great. What's great is that a lot of the fight is shot from the 2D plane that you actually play the fighting game in. Like, this is strikingly what the games look like these days.
That's insane.
Like, most of the moves they're actually using in this trailer are moves you can use in the game.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I like when they do that and not just add things for flair.
Yeah.
That was a casual fucking Spider-Man move right there.
It's so fucking good, dude.
That actually looks amazing.
It is. There's some divisive elements about Mortal Kombat X, but I loved it because it brought a new vibe to Mortal Kombat, and the possibilities were open for some crazy shit now that we were in a new timeline. So let me tell you about the story of Mortal Kombat X. It starts very soon after the events of Mortal Kombat 9. Shinnok and Quan Chi lead an army of damned souls to attack Earthrealm. And the highest level combatants that they have are all the revenants of the Earthrealm warriors. Like for instance, Jax shows up and he's got like wicked new like spiky metal arms and shit. So what Shinnok is after is a font of magic that is like a direct access to the god power that Raiden draws on from Earthrealm itself. So he's attacking various places in the world to help keep Earthrealm's defense force split up, while he focuses the bulk of his attack on Raiden's temple. And Raiden and his brother Fujin, the wind god, are both working together to defend it. And they've also got the Order of Light, the Shaolin monks helping them and whatnot. But meanwhile, Johnny Cage has actually transitioned from being a Hollywood man to being a military man. Him and Sonya are together, and he is helping with the Earth Defense Force. And they wind up fighting against Revenant, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero. I should say the second Sub-Zero. So Kuai Lang, he got murdered. He was one of the people that got murdered. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, in Mortal Kombat 9, one of the things that Raiden tried to change is that Smoke got cyberized. Cyber Smoke is an old Mortal Kombat character. And he did it. He saved Smoke, but in his place, Kuai Lang got captured and cyberized.
Oh, shit.
So we had a Cyber Sub-Zero, which is fucking sick. He was awesome. And when he got murdered, his Revenant was, you know, it's his soul, right? So it's just in human form again. But yeah, one of the coolest opening scenes to a video game is Johnny Cage inside a helicopter mid-flight fighting Revenant versions of both Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I guess Scorpion is already a Revenant, but you get what I
mean. Yeah.
And eventually that fight culminates in oh yeah, when Sonya and Johnny are fighting Jax, they're able to break Shinnok's hold over him, and some of the font of god power energy goes into him, and it like revives him from the dead. And so he's just alive now. And so they realize they can revive everyone else using this method. And so they manage to get to the temple. Shinnok is there, and he is sort of beating the brakes off of Raiden and Fujin. And Johnny goes to fight him. And suddenly Johnny starts glowing with green energy. He can do weird green energy shit. Like he has this thing where he does like an underhanded throw of a lobbed green energy ball, or like he can do his move Shadow Kick, where he does like a kick move, but he like slides in place across the floor while he flashes with green energy for a few seconds. He starts getting this green glow completely. And we find out that the reason that Johnny has had untapped potential is because he is a descendant of ancient warriors, an ancient warrior race on Earth that used to fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament religiously. They're like Celtic warriors or some shit. I can't remember. But so he starts tapping into that power, and he manages to beat Shinnok with it. And they decapitate that motherfucker, and they take his amulet. And Raiden uses the amulet to revive all of the Revenants, except for Revenant Liu Kang and Katana, who weren't around when he did that.
Okay.
So Revenant Liu Kang and Katana, after Shinnok and Quan Chi are defeated, they decide that they're going to be the rulers of the Netherrealm. And then we cut to like 25 years later. And now a bunch of the combatants have kids. And this game introduces Cassie Cage, who she's the daughter of Johnny and Sonia. Has a lot of the look and the fighting style of her mom and a lot of the attitude of her dad. So she's basically, what if you took a stereotypical Valley girl like a Barbie and you made her a military brat? And guess what? They got fucking Barbie to voice her.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Yeah, the voice actress who does Barbie voices Cassie Cage.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, but she is also the woman who voices Futaba from Persona 5, who is like my waifu from that game.
Wait, for real?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
so she really has a good range. She can be Valley Girl, hi, I'm Barbie, or she can be a fucking gremlin neat freak who like spends way too much time playing MMOs. It's great. I love her for it. We also get Jackie Briggs, who is the daughter of Jax. She has not lost her arms, but she does have these like cyber gauntlet things she wears on her hands that allow her to mimic her dad's fighting style a bit. We also get a Shirai Ryu kid, Kung Jin, I think is his name. Who he's a dick, but yeah, whatever. And then the son of Kenshi. Kenshi is this blind dude who helped them fight in the battle against Shinnok at the beginning of the game. He is blind, but he can like reach out with the force basically to sense his surroundings, and he's also a telekinetic. So he's really cool. A blind telekinetic swordsman. His son Takeda rounds out the new combatants. So the Kombat Kids, they're called, the 4 of them. They have their own squad. It's pretty cool. And there's some political shit happening in Outworld. There is a new Khan named Kotal Khan. He's based on like Aztec shit, Aztec, Mayan, Incan, whatever. You know, Mesoamerican shit. Like he's called the feathered serpent god, you know, and he wears like a feathered headdress and he has like the nose piercing and he's got like painted green skin and he fights with like an Aztec weapon, all that shit. So he is trying to make a newer, more peaceful Outworld. And Melina says, fuck that shit. She is leading an insurgence that is trying to forcibly depose Kotal. She wants to be Melina Khan, and she thinks it is her birthright because she is the true daughter of Shao Kahn. See, the thing with Kitana is that she was adopted, and she was a traitor, but Melina is the clone of Kitana, and she's even got Tarkatan DNA. So she's a true representative of Outworld. She is the true Khan. So there's like a civil war going on there. And Earthrealm obviously has a vested interest in helping Kotal, since he wants to, you know, not invade and murder them all. So they send the Kombat Kids to Outworld, but first they want to test them. They send them to the Lin Kuei residence, and Grandmaster Sub-Zero tests them, and he's voiced by Steve Bloom in that game, and it's awesome. But yeah, so the long and short of Mortal Kombat X is they're trying to deal with that civil war, and they're also trying to deal with Shinnok trying to like get resurrected and whatnot. And ultimately, we find ourselves in a similar situation. Shinnok is resurrected. He's in oh yeah, he didn't get decapitated. He just got like imprisoned in his amulet. That's what happened. Yeah, okay. Mortal Kombat X, I'm not going off of Wikipedia. I'm going off my own memories. Sorry. In Mortal Kombat X, the big thing is that not only are they trying to quell the civil war in Outworld, but Shinnok's amulet appeared in Outworld, and Shinnok is trapped inside of it. And they're trying to not let people who would release him get a hold of it, but alas, they released him. Shinnok is out. He's back in Raiden's temple again. He's trying to corrupt the life stream or whatever the fuck it is. And he beats Johnny this time. So Cassie winds up glowing with the green glow. And she winds up managing to beat Shinnok. And this is where they decapitate that motherfucker. They're like, yeah, we're not imprisoning you this time. We're just killing you. And he's like, you can't kill me, you idiots. I'm an elder god. I'm an immortal. And they're like, oh, well, then I guess this is really going to suck for you then. And they decapitate him.
Rip.
So now he's just an animated head that can't do anything. And so Mortal Kombat X ends. They're like, yeah, we did it. We saved the day. And Mortal Kombat 11, we find out that Shinnok has a mother named Kronika. She is not technically an elder god. She rules over time. And she is disappointed in Shinnok. And she starts converting combatants from across the different realms to her cause, whether they're Earthrealm or Outworld or whatever. Anyone who will listen, saying, whatever trauma you've gone through, I can alter your past. I can change it. Join me. We're going to make a new timeline, a perfect timeline. And one of the people she manages to convince is Jax, who is depressed about the loss of his wife. He's been a farmer since he got resurrected from the dead. And really, Jackie and Jax wind up fighting because Jackie is firmly on the side of, we have to protect this timeline. And Jax is like, no, we need to bring your mother back. We can have a timeline, a life where all of us live together. And yeah, basically the entire thing becomes about stopping Kronika from rebooting the franchise again. She is manipulating battles. These battles generate energy, which she is absorbing into her little tiara, her crown. And she's going to absorb all this energy into her crown, then use it on the Sands of Time to reverse time. And one of the big things that happens is that she merges the past with the present. So we wind up seeing past versions, like from the first 3 Mortal Kombat games, the original trilogy, of characters come to the future. And some of them interact with themselves. Johnny Cage, when he was just a Hollywood douchebag, meets Johnny Cage, the military man and father. And those two fucking hate each other.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Liu Kang, he comes from the past, so he's alive. And he's not happy to hear that the future version of him is an evil revenant warlord.
Neat.
But Raiden decides to keep the details of how that happened to himself. Raiden's also been using Shinnok's amulet a lot now, so he started turning into Dark Raiden again. Because he likes the power boost, and he thinks he's still doing it for the side of good, but he's acting more and more corrupted as time goes on. There winds up being a thing where it turns out Jade, who has basically just been an assistant to Katana throughout this entire franchise, actually has had a romance in the past with Kotal. So now Kotal and Jade are trying to like be the top dogs in Outworld. Oh yeah, Melina's dead now. I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
But things culminate. The Revenant Liu Kang tells the past Liu Kang. Oh no, okay, I remember now. So The past Liu Kang gets kidnapped by Kronika, and taken to where she is. And Revenant Liu Kang starts fighting with Raiden. And in the middle of their fight, Raiden suddenly gets a flash of knowledge. This isn't the first time this has happened. When he created a new timeline in Mortal Kombat 9, this was not the second timeline. This has happened a lot. Kronika has been constantly recycling the timeline, remaking it, trying to make it what she deems perfect, condemning these people to endlessly slaughter each other across time over and over and over again. And the only people she fears that could stop her are Raiden and Liu Kang. So she always manipulates things so that those two fight and kill each other.
Damn.
We see like 6 different universal iterations of Liu Kang and Raiden fighting. And at that point, Raiden goes, I can't let this happen anymore. I can't fight you, Liu Kang. But more importantly, if she makes it so that we can't work together to stop her, then we just need to pool all of our combined power into one person. And he starts energizing Revenant Liu Kang. And he does the method with the live stream or whatever to revive him. And so what happens is all of Raiden's god power goes into Revenant Liu Kang. Revenant Liu Kang dissipates, and all of that power goes into past, currently alive Liu Kang. So he gets the power of 2 Liu Kangs plus a god, and he becomes Fire God Liu Kang.
Damn.
And because he's already where Kronika is, the final battle becomes Fire God Liu Kang versus Kronika. And he has the power of fire and lightning now. So Raiden turns himself into a mortal to give them a fighting chance. And Kronika activates the Sands of Time. And so as they're battling, the stage gradually goes back in time. You're fighting in the modern era, you're fighting in like medieval era, you're fighting in the dinosaur era, until finally you're fighting in the cosmic void where the Big Bang takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And Liu Kang manages to beat her. And he goes, okay, I'm ending this. I'm going to create a new era. But there is a DLC where, oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention, Mortal Raiden shows up, and he's like, hey man, so I'm only going to be able to live for, like 100 or so years now because I'm a human. But I do have millennia of experience as a god. Let me help you. I'll help you guide creation into what it should be. And so they decide to end things as friends and sort of like a mentor apprentice, but the apprentice becomes the master type deal. And it's very sweet. But there is a DLC where, they don't have Kronika's crown. And they can't properly restart the universe until they get it. And it's like, well, pretty much everyone else is dead or whatever. How can we do this? And Liu Kang gets a very unpleasant idea. He goes, wait, I do know someone who can help us. And he enlists the help of Shang Tsung. And he's like, look, you and me have this eternal beef. I get it. But if you want, like, I can give you a decent place in the new era. You got to help me get there, though. And Shang Tsung's like, yes, all right. We will work together for now. And they wind up hopping between time periods trying to get this crown. without giving Chronica knowledge of what happens and a chance to like change time and resurrect yourself, obviously. They managed to get it after a lot of chicanery and trickery, but ultimately Shang Tsung manages to get a hold of the crown, and he uses it to empower himself. And so it's at this point in the DLC, you get to choose whether you want to play as Fire God Liu Kang or temporally empowered Shang Tsung. You get to choose who wins. The canonical version, though, is that Liu Kang wins.
Okay.
He strips Shang Tsung of the crown, and he uses it to create his new era. I bet you wouldn't have thought that Mortal Kombat had this kind of lore.
No, I really didn't. I expected it to just to be like some fighting game with maybe a little bit, but not this in depth.
Yeah, it goes deep, bro. So I have one last clip I want to show you. It is the trailer that came out a couple days ago that sparked my interest in doing this episode. I want to hear your live reaction to it.
Okay. Fucking brutal. Holy shit.
You have chosen to defy peace, and you have chosen war with a god.
Okay, that goes hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucking excited.
That looks amazing.
Doesn't it? Oh my god, I'm so fucking jacked up for it. And a lot of that means fucking nothing if you don't have the context for it. So
Yeah.
this was it. This was my ruse. This was my plot. This was my ploy. This was my plan. I wanted to do an episode to teach you about the lore of Mortal Kombat so I could show you that trailer and you can know what it means.
When's this come out?
They just announced it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
It says available in, well, okay, it says beta access available in August.
Damn, all right.
Yeah, so it won't be too long, within the next year. And one of the big things about this is that they say that it's going to be the first Mortal Kombat game that's an assist-based fighter. So they've got cameo characters with a K, which are not going to be part of the actual playable roster, but you can select them to come in for assist attacks.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, they'll probably do some of the less iconic Mortal Kombat characters as that. So that way they don't have to program them entirely. Oh fuck, one of the related videos I got, I forgot to mention that one of the fatality alternatives is friendship.
Killing kindness?
No, you do a combo and you do a friendship. Like I know one of the original ones is Johnny signs a headshot of himself and he gives it to the other person. And that's how the fight ends. But like the modern friendships are so fucking funny. Jax does Epic Sax Guy. Raiden does like a laser light show. It's very funny. All right, so that's Mortal Kombat. Now I gotta ask you, do any of these characters sound like they appeal to you? Like, do any of them immediately strike you as like, oh, that might be a favorite of mine?
I forgot his name, but it's the one that did the fucking half fire, half ice at the newest trailer you just showed me.
That's Liu Kang.
Yeah.
It wasn't ice, it was electricity.
Electricity, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Fire God Liu Kang specifically. Because normal Liu Kang can be a little bit on the blander side of the Mortal Kombat characters. But yeah, as Fire God, he's fucking sick.
He would be cool to play as if we get to.
We should. He's playable in Mortal Kombat 11.
Mm.
I don't see why they wouldn't. Uh, yeah, and the characters that appeared in that trailer, so they're confirmed for this game. Kitana and Melina were both in that carriage. The two people with the hats were Raiden and Kung Lao. We saw Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And Shang Tsung, obviously, at the end, coming through the portal. So we've at least got confirmed that those, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. They're confirmed.
Awesome.
And oh yeah. One thing that a lot of people have been talking about, they very quickly confirmed that Melina will be in this new game because that's been a controversy, is that she wasn't in Mortal Kombat 11. People lost their fucking minds.
Really?
They got so pissed that she wasn't in it because she died in Mortal Kombat X's story. And a past version of her didn't appear when the time portal opened. So people were livid that they couldn't play as Melina. When I say people are horny for her, people are so, like, she is like the mainstream fuckable monster girl.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, I know. But yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. Does this seem like a game series that might interest you now?
Story-wise, yes. Gameplay-wise, not really, though. It's just not my type of game.
If that's the case, I would recommend at least you play Mortal Kombat 11 with the Aftermath DLC. It's free.
Okay.
Because it is such a cool story. I think Jennifer Hale voices Chronica.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she's fantastic in every role she does. From Fem Shep to Captain Marvel.
Damn. Oh, we still have to talk about Shepard at some point.
We do. And trust me, it's gonna get done. Okay, so yeah, I recommend at least you play that. Mortal Kombat 10, I think is also fun, but it's not necessary to do both of them. Mortal Kombat 10 had a lot of horror movie characters, though, if you're interested in that.
Ooh. Oh, I think I've seen a little bit of that, actually, or heard about it at some point.
Mortal Kombat in modern years will get a lot of guest characters. Like, it's had the Spawn is in Mortal Kombat 11, RoboCop, the Terminator, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Joker. It's really easy for them to do Joker because they already did Joker in Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. So they've already got that moveset done. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool side characters you can play as in these games. I should also say this is the same team that also did the Injustice games.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah. Injustice is basically like, hey, remember when we did Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe? What if we just did a DC fighting game?
I heard a lot of people loved that game. Again, not really my type of thing, but
It's very fun.
yeah.
I do like fighting games. I don't get like super heavily into them. Like I don't learn how to do TODs or anything like that. I think that shit makes the game not fun. Where if the opponent gets you in a single combo, you can just lose.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Then I'm not playing a game. I am watching that you perfected a combo. That's cool for you. I want to play a fucking video game. It's not fun if there's not at least some form of back and forth, or if there's not at least a chance. Like, even if you get a perfect victory against me, if there were multiple breaks where I was able to do things, where I was able to throw attacks, but I either whiffed on them or you blocked them perfectly or whatever, then fine. at least I was playing.
Yeah.
I started playing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid again, and I'm reminded that this game has no combo breaker mechanic, and I just get hit in a 58 string combo in the story mode on easy difficulty, or even in the fucking tutorial, and I'm like, what the hell? It's not anything I'm doing wrong. It's just that I haven't trained myself to do a fucking 50-hit combo. I do like 4 or 5 hit combos. Maybe if I'm feeling extra saucy, a 7 or 8 hit combo.
You've heard it here. He's not saucy enough.
I shouldn't have to be.
No, I understand. It's
I shouldn't have to be fighting at a professional level in the fucking tutorial.
yeah, that's a little insane.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. You can support the series on I used to say my Anchor page. I guess now it's my Spotify for podcasters page. It does not roll off the tongue as well. It works like a monthly subscription, just like Patreon. And I will shout you out. Shout out to Kyrie who supports me. You can join the Cape Corner Discord. I'll sometimes put polls there, fun memes, character discussions. Recently, we had a who do you think would win between Unicron and Galactus. Hang on, let me shout out this dude who talks a lot. Scotty Hawkeye. Shout out to you, man. I'm sorry I didn't really have much to say about that one. I didn't feel confident talking about it because I admittedly don't actually know a whole lot about Unicron. But you're cool for bringing stuff like that up. You can also follow me at Cape Corner on Twitter. My personal Twitter is at BeyondBlue13. You don't really want me to plug social media for you anymore, right?
Actually, I was thinking earlier. Yeah, you can plug my Twitter.
Oh, okay. What is it at Margot Mayhem?
It's Margot Malicious, actually.
Okay, got it. So you can follow Jay over there. Share the episode with a friend if you got anyone that's interested in Mortal Kombat. This is a good episode to share. Or if you're just in love with that banger of a theme song, dun 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 fight. Oh, it's so fun good. I'm just gonna be spamming people with that theme song for the next few months. I apologize for the person that I will become.
You're fine.
I think that's about it. Oh, Hall of Pods Podcast Network. So SJW Comic Book Club, True Believers, a comic book podcast, and Fandom Optimists. Link tree is in the description. They're all really cool. Give them a listen. We're at less than a minute. So once again, thank you for joining me on this, Jay.
No problem.
And everybody, thank you for listening. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember, we can all be heroes. Fatality.